Welcome to this short presentation on the Annotated Bibliography, Researching Your Argument. Note, this presentation is designed to help you with your upcoming writing projects, the Annotated Bibliography, the Argument Essay Outline, and the Argument Essay. Please carefully review the overviews of those projects before continuing with this lecture. So let's understand the project first. The next three writing projects for the class, which are again the Annotated Bibliography, the Argument Essay Outline, and the Argument Essay, are really an extension of the same project. You will use the Annotated Bibliography to research a topic, and then you will use that research to inform your outline and eventually your own original argument. So the first step, obviously, is choosing a topic. Remember, the topic you choose for your annotated bibliography is going to be the same topic that you develop into a full argument, first through your argument outline and then through the argument itself. So make sure you choose something that you have a genuine interest in exploring and also a topic that lends itself to argumentation. There are detailed notes on topic selection this week where I've given you several topics to consider and also some to stay away from. So we won't cover that again here, but please realize that choosing a good debatable topic will go a long way in the success of your project, and again, you're going to be maintaining the same topic for the next three projects, so make sure you choose wisely. So in annotated bibliography, let's start with an obvious question, and that is, what is it? Well, let's begin with what it is not. An annotated bibliography is not an essay. Let me repeat that. An annotated bibliography is not an essay. The time to write an essay will come later, and that is the argument essay. But for now, we're going to focus on a project that is decidedly not an essay. So what is it? Well, rather, an annotated bibliography is a way to organize and analyze your research on a particular subject. So the project consists of creating 7 annotated citations, and each annotated citation will include the 2 following elements. So 1, each annotated citation will require a works cited citation. Each of your citations should be formatted according to MLA style, or if you are using APA style this semester, then you'll need to format an APA style references citation. So number 2, each annotated citation will include the annotation. So immediately following each citation will be formal notes that you compile to help you understand and use the source in the context of your own eventual argument. So to clarify, I've given you this example. I've drawn this example from a longer sample annotated citation, and you can see that in the course resources. But for now, note that this is a single citation and a partial annotation. So during your project, you're required to cite and annotate 7 sources, ordering them alphabetically according to the author's last name. What you have here is the citation of a source that starts with the author, Bess, Irwin, and the rest of the citation information is listed there, starting with the author's name and ending with the date of access. Now immediately following that is going to be a paragraph or more of an annotation, and I will discuss what your annotation should include on the upcoming slides. But generally speaking, this is how your annotation will look on the page. And again, you're going to have a series of 7 citations and annotations throughout the course of your document. So let's start by talking very briefly about the works cited citations. So for the first part of each entry is the full works cited citation of the source. You're going to need help formatting your citations, and there is no one-size-fits-all form of citation because citation guidelines will differ depending on what type of source you're using, whether it's a printed book or an online database article or what have you. So for help with works cited citations, you can use the Little Seagull Handbook chapter on MLA style, or use the Purdue Online Writing Lab MLA guide, which is linked in several places throughout this course. So make sure you're doing that, following citation guidelines properly. In terms of the annotations, the second part of each entry is the annotation. Each annotation should include 3 distinct parts. One, you're going to summarize. So you're going to include the main points of the article clearly written in your own words. Next, you're going to analyze the source. You're going to discuss the strengths and weaknesses about the writing and the author's stance. Did you find the article persuasive? Why or why not? Did the article raise any particular questions for you that you'd like to explore further? This is a great chance to make those notes in a formal way. Finally, you're going to reflect very briefly on how you might use the source in your own eventual argument essay. Right? This is a good chance to identify any specific quotes or ideas you find helpful or challenging. And note that part of your reflection could simply be saying that this is a good counter argument or counterpoint to your own particular stance. So each annotation is going to include a summary of the source, an analysis of the source, and finally a very brief reflection on how the source may be used in your own eventual argument essay. So a little bit more on annotations. The length of annotations will vary depending on the complexity of the source. However, each annotation must be a minimum of 150 words, which you'll mostly find is that you need more than 150 words to sufficiently summarize, analyze, and reflect on the source in the citation. Your annotations should be in complete sentences and use appropriate transitions, grammar, spelling, and mechanics. Remember, this is a formal writing project, and it will be graded as such. It's to help you as you organize your research, but it's also graded as demonstrating mastery over the assignment itself. Finally, your annotations should be in your own words. It is not acceptable to copy or paste blurbs or abstracts from the source and use it as your own annotation. Again, your own summary, your own analysis, and finally, your own reflection. If you need additional help, make sure that you're reviewing all course resources, whether those are internet links or additional lecture notes or samples or examples that have been linked for you, which are linked throughout the course. Additionally, if you need extra help, make sure you contact your instructor right away and don't wait until just before the deadline to send those questions in.